Open wide my heart. 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 Open wide my heart.
With an open heart, I speak this treatment knowing that it is true for me and for each of us here. There is a life, a spirit, one infinite source. This source of life is everywhere present. It has no beginning, it has no end. Within it, all things are possible. I see evidence of this one life everywhere that I look, as I look with eyes that choose to see. As I drove here this morning and saw the mountains shining in the distance, I remembered that there is this source of everlasting life. I saw the birds flying overhead, and I recognized the intelligence that is at play all the time. And I remember in this moment that I am this intelligence, that it has created a myriad of forms, including me, that I have a place in this world that is unlike anyone else, though I am one with all of it. Expressing from this one source, I am my unique expression. So today I choose to recognize that this spirit, this life, is love and peace and power and joy. It is prosperity. It is creativity. It is vitality. So today I declare myself as love. And I watch it play out in all of my relationships. And I allow this love to well up inside of me and spill out into everything that I do and say and think. And I declare myself today as the joy of spirit, that it is unbridled and I am a living embodiment of joy. I choose today to declare myself as abundance, and I watch as abundance and prosperity flows in every aspect of my life. I choose today to declare myself as health and vitality, and I watch every little pesky health issue clear up instantly because I am the strength and the vitality of spirit itself. And I declare myself today as creativity and intelligence, and I surrender to the spirit inside of me that is all of this and more. I am divinely inspired, divinely led, divinely guided, and I declare myself into being every moment, knowing that the past, everything that has happened up until now is complete. And from this moment on, I am the magnificence of spirit expressing itself. And I give thanks for this great truth. I give thanks for the action of Spirit as me. I give thanks for the action of Spirit as all of life. And in profound gratitude for the freedom of my life, for the freedom and the beauty of this community, I release this word knowing that it is so as spoken. And I declare, and so it is.
Open wide my heart. 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 Open wide my heart.
And with our hearts open wide, I invite you to join me in declaring our vision and mission statement together. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. That's the vision, folks, a world that works for everyone, by everyone recognizing that they are a beacon of spiritual illumination. And how we do that is with our mission. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness. That again, that we are here to reveal our own spiritual magnificence, because together we are expanding consciousness, and that expanded consciousness is what will allow a world that works for everyone to come about. So thank you, my beauties. That includes you, Ron, in that, of course. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful treatment. We are so blessed with our music. We're so blessed that these people, even though they've gigged on Saturday night, they show up on Sunday morning to provide us with such a gift. Please welcome Amy Bishop and the Hopeless Sinners. I'm just the minister. So, as I said, I wouldn't normally have a guest speaker after I was just gone a couple of weeks ago, but I found out that Reverend Barbara was going to be in town. It was like, oh, I can't pass up this opportunity. Can't pass up this opportunity to hear this woman speak and to share her wisdom and her humor and her dynamism with you all. You may not know that Reverend Barbara Schriener-Trudel is homegrown. She actually went through ministerial training here at the Calgary Center. At that time, it was called the Calgary Center for Positive Living. She was in class, in fact, with Reverend Marjorie, so that tells you how long ago that was. No. Oh my goodness. I am so fired again. Oh my God. Anyway, when she left Calgary, she went to Vernon, BC, and was the senior minister at the Vernon Center. And then she went to Toronto and founded the Center for Spiritual Living in Toronto. And now she is working with, it's called Verity Center for Better Living in Toronto, where she is the assistant minister and travels all around speaking and sharing her wisdom. So please, without any further ado, please welcome Reverend Barbara Schriener-Trudel.
What Reverend Pat didn't tell you is that she graduated before Marjorie and I. So when we're talking about age, let's be clear. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about joy, because some of us would like to have some of that. Am I right? Did you experience some joy with that music? Oh my gosh, I've been listening to Amy for, 8 or 10 years since she was 18. I know, for both of us, right? And she just gets better and better every day. And when I turned on The Launch, I never watched that show, but I watched it once. They made a terrible mistake, but I will forgive them for their inability to see true talent. Anyway, it was so wonderful to see you there and just to see the beauty and grace of all that you do and how magnificent you are, because you just get better every single day. So thank you. Yeah. She's such a powerhouse now. The first time she came out and sang at the Center for Positive Living, she was this shy little girl who stood there. And then she had this voice, and it was like, holy crow. She tried to escape quickly, but Reverend Carol held her on stage for that applause. That now she loves it. She knows. More. The joy comes when we recognize our own innate abilities and when we willingly, lovingly see that joy and beauty and grace in each other, because we're all these unique and special beings. Sometimes we think that somebody else is more special than us, like the president. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. But the truth is, we all put our pants on one leg at a time, or our pantyhose, and we all have needs, but we are all unique. And I think one of the challenges in society today is we've decided that conformity is kind of a good thing. I think it's kind of BS, but I think if we can begin to open our minds and hearts, if we can begin to expand our idea of what is right and what is wrong and what is good, then we begin to see each other in a brand new light. We recognize our oneness, and we start to see the beauty, grace, and goodness that each one of us has. And when we start to see every single man, woman, and child on the planet as unique, because that makes sense, right? Right? And special, just like me. See, my daughter told me yesterday I'm not funny. I told her she was wrong, right? I know. In the Science of Mind, we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. Wow, that's what you are. You are this infinite, creative, divine intelligence manifesting as this body and those bodies. That the chairs that you sit on, the life that you live, the experiences you have, it is all God. Therefore, it is all good. Even when it looks not so good, it's still good because it's all God. Does that make sense? So joy comes not from expecting that life is going to manifest exactly the way I thought it would, because it never really does. But when it manifests, and I look at it and I go, like the last election in the U.S., a couple years ago, right? And I'm going, this too is God, this too is good. And then there was an election in Ontario recently where we got a new premier, and this is God, and this is good. And I'm trying to find the joy, and I know it's there, I know it exists, I know it's somewhere, but where is it? And so I have to go here. I have to go here and know that every single thing in the outer world is merely a reflection of an idea in consciousness that someone or many of us has held. And if we would like to have something different, we must begin right here to do something different, to believe something different. And it is, how do I believe about me? What do I believe about me? What am I willing to be in the world? What am I willing to bring into the world of affairs? And if I can look at every single experience as a good and very good, I begin to experience joy, regardless of what's happening out here, because I know joy exists 100% of the time right here, right within me, right within you, and all I need do is turn within. See, sometimes when we're looking out here, we get distracted, right? We get distracted by nice things and things that we don't think are nice, and we get distracted by events and occurrences, and we get distracted by the poverty. Look at Southern California, Northern California. It's impossible to not look at that and have your heart break, at least in my case. I look at that and I go, there are thousands of people now homeless. Why? Because this flame came and is purging the land, and I don't understand it. I can't comprehend it. But I can accept the fact that I'm one with every single person who is there, who is experiencing that, who has lost their lives or their homes or whatever, that I'm one with all those people. And so my heart has to feel something, because if I don't feel something, then I have forgotten whose I am. I've forgotten that I'm one with this universe. I've forgotten that I'm one with all people. I've forgotten that I'm one with all life. And if I'm one with all life, then I am a part of all of it. And if I see something that looks to be a bit discordant, like my speaking, a bit discordant. I've got to be careful what words I choose. Some of them are harder to say. But when I find something discordant, I can hide and pretend it didn't happen. I can go into my sunny place and go, la, 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 maybe it'll go away. Or I can sit in it, and I can sit in the pain and the anguish, and I can sit in my feelings and my emotions, and I can go, holy crap. I want to say something else, but it's church. I do curse. I know, you never knew that about me. I do curse on occasion. Doesn't make me less spiritual, just makes me more of a sinner. I relate to these people. These are my people. But when we begin to experience life as it is, not the way we think it should be, you see, we need to be present. We need to be here. We need to be here, not tomorrow, it doesn't exist. Not yesterday, frankly, it's gone. Was it great? Maybe. Who knows? Who cares? What we have is right now, this moment. We have this moment right now. And in this moment, we can choose to feel suffering, pain, anguish. We can choose to feel joy and liberation and celebration. We can choose to be present. Not with what we wish would happen, but the reality of the current state of affairs and events. And when we do that, we honor our life force. We honor the life force of the people around us. We honor the journey. Wouldn't life just be boring if every single one of us could sing like Amy? We wouldn't be able to appreciate her brilliance. Am I right? You want to hear me sing? You will appreciate her so much. I love myself. Right? We have to be present in life, and I think sometimes we get into a teaching like this and we go, everything's perfect, or I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, and then the bills all pile in, close a drawer. Our health goes down the tubes. I have 2 new hips. I'm now the bionic woman. I can move. I can dance again. We can go through life and look at all the things that are wrong and bad, or we can look at life and go, wow, I'm in this. And wow, is it interesting and exciting and dynamic and fantastic. And I'm in it. And I'm going to feel love and joy, and I'm going to feel pain and sorrow, and I'm going to feel excitement and delight, and I'm going to feel. Because I'm here not to put in time till I get to the end. And you know what the end is, eh? They put you in a box and throw you in the oven or in the ground, whichever. I'm not here to put in time. I'm here to have a life. And a life means that I'm going to have ups and downs, and I'm going to have mountains and valleys. I'm going to have rivers that I'm trying to go upstream in and realizing it's futile and finally turn and go with the flow. I'm going to choose my life moment by moment, day by day. And if I will allow joy to be my compass, if I will allow myself to return to joy in any given moment, I get to determine the way I experience life and living. No one gets to say it for me. I can sit back and look at the hell that is certain experiences I've had and go, thank you, God, because it brought me here. And here's a good place. I can sit back and look at the hills I've climbed. I can look at my 5 marriages and go, wow, that was a mess. Or I can go, hallelujah, number 5 is sticking. I told you I'm funny. Yeah, number 5 is good. He cooks, he cleans. I always said I wanted a wife. Good thing he's not listening. No, he's at work. It's okay. Yeah, it's like we go through life, and sometimes we're busy judging ourselves for the mistakes we've made. We're judging ourselves that somehow we're not good enough, slim enough, tall enough, whatever enough. And we forget that in this now moment, I have the power to create a life that honors not what people think I should be, but rather who I am. And who I am is this creative, dynamic woman who's screwed up more times than I can count and probably will continue to do so because, frankly, I like being a sinner. And to sin means to make a mistake. It means to miss the mark. Anybody here ever miss the mark? A few honest people in the crowd. Good. Well, I've missed the mark a lot of times, but I still wrote a book called 30 Days to Joy because I need to practice. It's a book of practice. You see, I get up every day and go, oh, right, I'm going to be joyful today. Got it. I get up every day and go, okay, I get to choose what my day looks like so I can set an intention. I can sit back and set an intention. I can wake up because it's raining and go, oh, bloody rain, and pull the blankets over my head and crawl into a corner, right? Has anybody ever here done that? Snow, perhaps? We get ice storms out east. It's great. Can't leave the house when there's an ice storm because they're on the ground, quick as can be. And when you have new hips, it's a bit of a problem because if you dislocate these ones, they make you take them out and put in a new one again. So no slipping here. But this journey that we're on, we sit back, we gripe and complain, we gripe and complain. She's never going to have me back. So you don't have to worry about being fired. I'm going to be fired. Good thing I'm flying back Tuesday. We gripe and complain about everything. We gripe and complain about the weather. You live in Calgary. Hello? You're going to have weather. I'm sorry. Why are we griping and complaining about the inevitable? Why not sit back and go, wow, today I get to wear boots and gloves and hat and scarf. I have menopause. I don't have to wear any of those things. I'm taking my summer with me everywhere I go. Because that's an option, right? I can look at menopause and go, this is so awful. I'm sweating all the time. Sorry, front row. Or I can sit back and go, the rest of you putting on all your boots and stuff, and I don't have to. I even debated this little turtlenecky thing today going, I'm not so sure, that might be a bit warm, but it's okay, I'll survive. I like warm. We look at life and we get to determine what life is for us. So what is life for you? Is it a pain is it a pain or is it a joy? See, you get to decide. You get to wake up in the morning and go, today I'm going to have a fulfilled and satisfied life. Today I'm going to stand in who I am. Today I'm going to choose to be joyful. I'm going to choose to be loving. Have you ever looked in the eyes of somebody that you don't know, like really looked in their eyes? When you do that, oddest thing happens. You find God. You find a connection. You find life. It's remarkable. How many times have you walked by somebody you sort of know and you go, hey, how you doing? And they go, fine. And meanwhile, you're way across the room by the time they've even said fine, so you don't even know what they said. Why ask the question if you're not going to take the time to listen to the response? And when somebody says they're fine, just know that's feelings inside not expressed. So you should, kind of dig a little. Dig a little. Find out what's going on with them. Choose to love them where they are. Choose to love your children where they are if you have some of those. Yeah. I decided at 48 it would be a really good idea to have another baby. I know. My psychiatrist said it was a temporary condition. Unfortunately, it's going to last a lifetime, and she's this tall now. This journey that we're walking is one that, so many times and so often we're trying to live our lives by someone else's standard. We're trying to live our lives by someone else's idea of who and what we are. Well, you don't know who I am, and I don't know who you are, but if I could just love you where you are, I might come to know you. And if I come to know you, I might come to like you enough to not want to shoot you with a gun, swear at you because I don't like your ideas or your attitudes or your way of life, or just turn my back on you because, frankly, you're irrelevant. And we see that sometimes in our world, don't we? All of those things and so much more. My attitude is, I don't know you, so let me look in your eyes and let me hug you really tight, because I like to do that. Let me kiss you on the face, because I probably will, even if we just met. Because I figure there's only one way for me to live. Because otherwise life is too damn hard. So I'm going to choose to love against all odds. I'm going to choose to accept you even if you won't accept yourself. I'm going to choose to accept me with all of my glorious imperfections. Because why not? They're mine. I've worked hard on them. If life could be done easy or hard, baby, I took the hard road. Trying to do it a little easier these days. Life is what we make it. Life is what we make it. Nobody's done it to you ever. You may have allowed some people to trot on you. That's okay. I've done that. Maybe you've allowed people to be mean to you. That's okay. I've done that too. But today's the day when you can stand up and say, I choose to be counted. I choose to be counted as one of the unique, special, glorious human beings that have life on the planet today, and I choose to love. Not someday, not one day, but today. I choose to love right now, in this moment. I choose to hug people and kiss people, whether they know me or like me. My youngest daughter and I were at a Shoppers Drug Mart in Toronto, and when we were going in, there was a gentleman outside who was asking for money for food. I only ever have my debit card, credit cards, right? Who has cash? I'm surprised you get those piggy banks full. People dropping their plastic cards in there. Just put the pin on. Put the pin number on there. Don't forget the pin. But anyway, I said, I don't have any cash, but I'll grab you some food. So we go in and we buy some cheese and some crackers and some mixed nut things and whatever, and a few things and a bottle of water and stuff. And we come out and we give it to him, and he's blown away. Like he's like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you. And he grabs me in this huge hug. And it was one of the warmest, most beautiful hugs I've ever experienced. And he looks at my daughter, who's 13, and he goes, you little shit. And he grabs her up in a giant hug as well. and he goes, thank you so much. And so we got in our car, and Genevieve looks at me and she goes, Mama, that's the most beautiful experience I've had in my life. That moment that man called me a little shit and gave me a hug. See, we have a choice to connect. I think we have a responsibility to connect. We have a responsibility to show up for each other and to show up for ourselves. If you don't love you, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? Do I have an amen? I know, that's RuPaul's line, but, I like it. I think she says it a little bit differently, but. Joy is a compass, and you can use it to direct your life to move you forward and take you where it is you want to go. Use joy as the thing that marks whether or not you're getting it right. Let joy be the thing that inspires you to be greatness and allow love to be your guiding light now and forever. Thank you for letting me share my humor with you. God bless you and keep you.
Reverend Barbara. I'll let you guys go on up.